Action.
Take one.
Yeah, take one.
Welcome all. Hello again. This is Nightcap Recap.
Episode 2.
Episode number 2. So, where did we begin this morning, Christopher?
Well, we got up. We saw a little bit of snow on the ground. There were people that shoveling it. Not worth shoveling. Not really.
No, not at all.
Oh yeah,
Americans don't know what a centimeter is, so I guess they might call it about 1/4 of an inch or so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we were in Atlantic, which was still in Iowa, but it's like beside Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know, a good thumb width away on the map.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, 10, 20 miles. So anyways, woke up, ate breakfast, fat American breakfast, sugary, fatty, greasy, delicious.
Oh yeah, good Kickstarter.
Hit the highway, things looked,
Kinda gloomy.
snow-dusted, cloud cover, gloomy. We had to make our way west still for a little while to make up with these interchanges around Omaha, and then we hit north, which was 29?
Yeah, Interstate 29 or something like that.
Interstate 29.
26. Yeah, one of them. Before we get out of Iowa, though,
Yeah.
the weird hills.
Oh, drumlins and eskers and total complex of moraines, yeah. Still in Iowa, major glacial deposited sand and gravel dunes that just... Not so much a rolling landscape as like you're driving along on a plane and there's a pile of sand and gravel in a line all along on one side, all along on another side. Eskers, I think, is the right term in terms of glacial deposits, but somebody like my father, Robert Pierce, if you're watching this, could back me up on the true nature of what an esker, drumlin, moraine, or all those other terms.
Proper term. Oh, and in the fields, they'd have random berms strategically positioned all the way up. I don't know if they got that from, I don't know. Vietnam, Korea, any of the Gook Wars. But,
an attempt at erosion control. They sort of, they terrace their fields, but,
make it horrible for planting.
Yeah,
or harvesting.
Hate to be the guy in the seed drill or the harvester. Hate to be that guy. So anyways, 29 northbound, intermediate weather, little bit of squally nothingness, a lot of cloud cover. Then we met up with Highway 90, which we knew we were going to hit Highway 90 before we left. Interstate 90, sorry. It looked like this beautiful east-west, 75-mile-an-hour speed limits, open prairie, rolling, dipping, ever so gradually, and I don't know, can I geek out yet?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Total highlight of my day. Okay, we're not there yet, we'll get to the Badlands. That was cool. We love the Badlands, but highlight of my day, hawks and falcons. I knew these existed. I had heard of them. I'd seen them in field guides and magazines and books. I knew there was a Crider's hawk, a Harlan's red-tailed, and a Swainson's red-tailed. There's 3 different versions in the central part of the continent of red-tailed hawks, but I'd never seen them in person. And Interstate 90 heading westbound, it was like, what, every 5 or 10 miles we saw at least one, if not a pair, gliding around on the open prairie, hunting for prey. Incredible black and white patterning. It's like red tails that don't have red tails. They're amazing. And falcons that aren't peregrines and are smaller. And no vultures, which was a little surprising. I expected to see at least, oh my god, and geese.
So,
Geese.
one of those weird American fields, completely covered.
Oh yeah, there was like 200 acres of geese on the ground.
Yeah. Don't see that every day.
But more to the point, the airbound geese, snow geese, barnacle geese, I think maybe. I don't know. There's geese that I'm not familiar with. Yes, Canada geese. Every time we saw a Canada goose, I yelled at them, "Go home, geese! You're lost."
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's enough with me and birds. So take over. We're on 90 heading west.
On 90 heading west. Yeah. Yeah. For a whole lot of nothing along the drive, there sure was a lot to see. Like, you know, everyone says prairies, they're real, just flat, and, you know, if your dog takes off, you can see him for 3 days or something like that. Well, yeah, that's probably the case, but you weren't driving. It's amazing how much you could occupy yourself just looking around. I mean, yeah. And then we came upon the mighty Missouri.
Oh, mighty Missouri.
That's a big goddamn river.
Yeah, look for that in our streamlined video that we'll put together.
Yeah,
in post probably tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah, we kind of shoot some videos along the way, and we kind of mash them up on like ultra high speed, maybe song, whatever the case is, and we'll get those linked somehow, and you can see the drive and catch tidbits, maybe the occasional bit of random commentary that we thought was worth keeping. Yeah, okay, yeah, so Badlands. I think we're up kind of next.
Yeah, so just to wrap up, it's Interstate 90 is prairie. It's not as flat as people say it is. It's rolling, kind of. Mighty Missouri, you kind of dip down, and then there's a steady climb up out of the Mighty Missouri, and you just feel yourself getting a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. And we know we're getting closer to the Badlands. And you're still kind of climbing and climbing and climbing.
Yeah. What little rises there are that they kind of just sort of barely rolled. You can't really tell where one ends and the next one begins.
Yeah. And then we start to see the earth opening. And the earth opening is the Badlands. And some of you may have seen the Badlands. Some of you may have only read about them. But it's all clay that used to be the bottom of the ocean, which is now part of the interior of North America.
However that works.
We still need to do some more research and figure out exactly how they formed, but it honestly looks as if the Earth just ripped itself open and there's these huge canyons. Or
Jennifer or any Louisville geomorphologists or ever went to school for some fancy water changing land sort of stuff? Yeah, maybe you can fill us in on the actual details. Just leave it in a comment.
We do have some things on the itinerary tomorrow which will take us to some more detailed information about the formation of said Badlands. But anyhow, entering... Okay, so we get off Interstate 90 on this by road, they call it, 44, which takes you through Badlands National Park and the Buffalo Grasslands National Park, or not provincial, state park, either way. Something like that. We did not see any buffalo.
No, they're a myth. They don't exist.
They're a myth. They don't exist. We saw way too many deer.
Yes, and they aren't afraid of roads or moving vehicles. They don't even run when you go by them.
No.
And some of them actually look like goats. I mean, I've seen goats before, but I don't know. goats and
Well,
deers.
they were goats. Some are goats, some are deer.
Yes.
But the goats look like deer and the deer look like goats.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the pictures in there somewhere, like, one of the animals looks like a deer in the picture, and then the other one definitely has the kind of, like, goat-style horns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anyways, Al, maybe you can chime in on this one, or Amanda. Yeah, tell us what's up. I know I made a crack about mountain goats being out west or something, but...
Anyhow, so we're in the Badlands, and we're on this by road, number 44, and I happen to be behind the wheel at that point in time, and I keep thinking to myself, and I keep making comments to Chris, that it doesn't feel like we're on Earth anymore. Oh, by this point too, all the cloud cover had broken, and the sun came out, and we just had this incredible afternoon worth of a drive through the Badlands. You'll be able to see through the photos. But what the photos won't tell you is the truck has a 6-disc CD changer, so we preload 6 CDs and kind of forget what's in there, and we enter this complex of Badlands and driving along on the by road, and Led Zeppelin came on, and it was just... The speed limit started out as 55 on the by road and then went to 65, but there was no one else in the park with us. Like, that we saw maybe 5 other cars in the whole time we were in there, which was a good, like, I don't know, close to 2 hours driving through the Badlands.
Because you don't want to hit the damn deer that are hanging near the road. I kid you not. Herd, right next to the road, the whole way along.
20 strong, 30 strong, 10, 20, 10, 20, 20, 30, 20, 30, all over the place. Anyhow, so the speed limit was 65, and I had cruise control set at 50, and was just lean back in the seat, sun shining through the windshield, driving due west, looking around at everything that we could, and just marveling at how not Earth-like it was. Staring into this sun, driving westward, thinking, like, maybe that's not even our own sun. And
yeah. Remember that Vin Diesel movie, Pitch Black? You know that kind of hilly area they had to kind of run through or whatever? It was rather something like that, except it was pretty cold. But not very.
Yep. I believe so.
Yeah, not very cold. We started, -4 on the day or something like that?
Yeah, -4. We hit 0 by the time we were in the Badlands.
Yeah. Got some of the inch of ice out of the grill. Yeah.
Truck needs a good wash, but we need some 0 or plus temperatures to actually wash it, otherwise she'll just turn into a popsicle again.
Yeah. We don't need the extra weight. She's getting good enough fuel mileage as is.
She is doing well. I'm very happy with this truck.
Cruise at 2,000. Good.
Yep. So we left the Badlands. Our destination today was Rapid City. Glad to say we made it here before sunset.
Pulling in, it was kind of, yeah, you could see the sun over the lower mountains, whatever you want to call it, to the west of Rapid City. And you could see the moon just as high on the east side of Rapid City.
Yep.
Yeah, that was...
Driving, like climbing an altitude road. Climbing up, I'm not actually sure if we're in the Rockies, or if there's like a sub-Rockies before the actual Rockies. See,
it's definitely mountains. It's called Black Hills County or something like that, South Dakota.
So we're like 25 miles away from Mount Rushmore right now. That's one of our destinations tomorrow. But anyways, we're climbing up this road, and yeah, Chris, you're totally right. It's sun on one side, moon on the other side, and totally weird feeling climbing a hill.
Oh. And when the sun's setting behind very excessively hilly, mountainous, whatever you want to call it, terrain. It kind of gives like, you know how you're always told don't look at an eclipse sort of thing because it gets bright? Well, yeah.
No choice.
Yeah, you kind of had to.
Luckily, I have good quality sunglasses that are polarized and the windshield's polarized. I cannot imagine living in Rapid City and every evening when you're driving home from work, if you have to drive west and that sun is like beaming in your face. So, anyhow, we're in Rapid City. We're in an incredible, independent, smallish motel called Big Sky Lodge, which Chris had located before we even left.
Awesome rates.
Awesome rates. It's like, what, $52 American or something for a 2-queen bed room with an absolutely incredible view. Check the photos.
Yeah.
We'll take more in the morning because I imagine the rising sun over the view that we have is going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. So we're set there.
And yeah, look forward to tomorrow. We'll have Rushmore, Custer
State Park.
American National Wood Carving Museum, perhaps, because that's
that's in Custer on the way to some kind of cave.
Depending on time, Jewel Cave either tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah. Things are really cheap.
Things
in the
are
States.
really cheap.
We got a huge dinner tonight.
Yeah, like
very large, and menus are huge here too. Sorry, ma'am.
This is a Toshiba laptop, and the menu at the restaurant we went to is about the exact same size. So.
Yeah. Everything anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ask some questions, whatever. We'll try and answer.
Type in the comments.
Yeah.
Ask us.
Share with your friends.
Share with your friends.
You know, let everyone know. I mean.
Hell, tell us where to go.
Yeah. And try. We might not listen though, because
you can tell us where to go, but don't tell us how to get there.
Yeah. Night, guys.
Alright, everyone.